Welcome back to the Scriptorium. I know it's been a long while since I've done a recording, but I have a simple one for you today. And it comes from this Baronius Press 1962 Daily Missal. This is a very common repair. Most people may find themselves in the situation where they drop the book, or maybe even a Bible, and the cover just rips off. And it's still completely usable, but it's kind of annoying. So I'm going to show you how to repair this. Very simple and straightforward. I'm going to take a spatula. This is a tool that I have here. I believe it came from Harbor Freight, but you can use anything. I'm very frugal, so if you don't have something like this, you can use something like a kitchen knife. That would work fine as well. And I'm just going to put this underneath the end page. This is between the cover and the end pages, and I'm just separating the adhesive there so that I can have a crevice to tuck a piece of paper into, which is going to hold everything together. And I'll show you how to do that in just one moment. You can see also that the reinforcing material on the spine is coming off, so we're going to glue that back down. And some of it is missing, but that's okay because we're going to cut a piece of paper to reinforce that. And to do that, we're going to be measuring the book itself. I like to be pretty accurate with this, so I'm going to make notes to make sure I get it right. And height-wise on the spine, I'm going to give myself a little bit of an allowance to ensure that I have enough to work with. I might actually cut this off depending on how long it is. This is a great material called kozo paper. It's a Asian long fibered paper. But if you don't have anything like this, you can use a really thin fabric. You can use some other paper if you'd like. May not be as resilient of a repair, but it'll get you to where you can use this. And then I'm going to put this into a vise, but this is not necessary. You don't have to have a vise or anything like that to make a repair like this. I'm just doing this for convenience. And I'm going to glue down all of this reinforcing material. Here I'm using a PVA glue. You can use any kind of craft glue. If you go to Michael's, you can get anything there that would work. If you have a valuable book, I would suggest not using a glue like this. It's very hard to reverse it. It's not archival. But this is a book that is going to be used every single day. I'm not concerned about its worth, its value. It's in print. This is something you can get again. So PVA glue is the best for this type of repair. And it also dries down with some elasticity, which is great for books like this. I'm taking my paper and putting it down. You'll see that I have a little bit of an allowance here, which I will cut away after I take a measurement. And here I'm using a bone folder. That is one of the most used tools in my scriptorium, in my bindery. But if you don't have a bone folder, you don't have to worry about that. Again, you can use the blunt side of a kitchen knife. And I'm folding over the excess material here just to give myself a gauge of how much I need to cut off. Here's my cutting board. I'm going to put it underneath the material, and I'm going to sandwich that material between the cutting board and a metal ruler. metal tends to work best. You can't cut into the metal. And it just kind of guides the blade, but if you have a plastic ruler, that's fine as well. Just be a little bit careful. And I'm cutting roughly underneath the allowance. Take some of your glue and put it in the crevice there. Push the cover towards the spine. That's the natural way of opening the book. And then adhere down your paper. I'm going to go through with my spatula again just to kind of flatten it down and make sure that it's gluing to the surface of the cover. But if you don't have this spatula, again, you can use your nail or a butter knife and just make sure that it's completely flat to the surface. And then add a little bit more glue. And it's as simple as that. This is a really nice Missal. I personally like the Licence Missal, but the Baronius Press is really nicely bound. Very high quality. It's the Summorum Pontificum edition, which rest in peace to that document. But I'm going to flip over the book now, and that's going to add a little bit more weight. Then I'm going to put some weights on top. If you don't have any weights, you can use more books, and that works just as well. Next, this is completely optional, but I think it makes it look a little bit better, is I'm going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to put it 1/4 of an inch away from the spine. And the paper acts as a guide for the glue, just to make sure that it doesn't get everywhere on the page. It makes it look a lot cleaner. And once I have it evenly coated on the page, I'm going to close the book, and that'll be the repair. And if you made it this far, I want to thank you and encourage you, if you like content like this, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with a friend. Maybe you have a friend who has a Missal that's broken. Maybe patch together. This is a good way to get it back into working order. I'm straightening the pages here, making sure they glue down evenly. And I'm going to close this down and let it dry. And this is what it looks like once it's completed.